Hello there, and welcome to Hobbies of All, Master of None. Today I'm going to attempt to build a model like a YouTuber, so I'm going to shut up now. Or I would if making a video like that was as easy as it looks. No one ever shows you what they did wrong. Like, here I forgot the top jaw for Metal Garurumon, so I spent ages trying to pry apart the two parts. And also accidentally dropping him on the head, but let's crack on. I also spent half an hour trying to find this little gold piece that's hiding under the blue piece. I know I cut it out as it's not on the runner anymore, so I had to go through my footage and find where it is, as this is a crucial piece and I can't continue the build without it. I also missed out a few pieces, which is why those pieces were being cut just now. If you're wondering how we got from those few parts to a whole 4 legs, it's because I lost the top down footage for that. And it's not the only time that happened in this video, so here's a different angle. I got this model a year ago after I watched the Digimon Adventures 2020. It was a nostalgic throwback, but in terms of the animation and the story, I think it was better in my mind, and that's all I have to say about that. There was the option of Omegamon or Metal Greymon, but I think I always liked the Garurumon Evolution line more than the Greymon Evolution line. I do lose track of which Digimon is which throughout the entire series, but my favourite Digimon is one of the 7 Demon Lords, the Beelzebumon with his motorbike. Maybe because I was always an edgy kid and I like both bikes and guns. Going back to the model, this is actually a pretty simple one, both in terms of construction and what they provide you with the colours. I'm going to paint it. To do this, I have to disassemble the model carefully without damaging any pieces, as well as thinking about whether there were any parts I could keep together for painting. Well, it just turns out that there weren't that many in this model in particular. From here on out, it's not really in time chronological order. To save time, I did the sanding and priming concurrently, so I'm not wasting time in the middle. Although this project did take me longer than expected and took about a month on and off. I also won't show you all of the priming and painting, as it is quite long and quite boring. I use standing sticks from God Hand, starting from 800 grit, going through to 1000, 1200, 2000, 4000, 8000, 10,000 and 20,000 grit. I don't always step through all of them all of the time, just depends on how I'm feeling and what the nut mark is like. With transparent pieces, I also use plastic polishing compound along with some silver polishing cloth to make sure I get that transparency and shine back after the sanding. Now I just need to do it for all of the pieces. I was going to use the Tamiya spray primer from last time I built the motorbike, but I ran out. So I'm trying out some Vallejo acrylic polyurethane spray primer that I'm applying with my airbrush. Unfortunately, it looks very similar to me with the white parts, so apologies if I'm repeating some of the footage. As there weren't that many pink parts, I decided to hand paint them. It's fine on the individual pieces, but if I had been a bit more diligent with removing the pieces, they might have had a bit easier time on the claws. I started off with just hand painting, but to get to the edges I had to mask up the already painted white paw using some massively oversized masking tape because I lost my thinner one, which is probably just hiding underneath some paper somewhere. I also should have painted the pink first, and it's a lot easier to mark off extrudes rather than recesses. Another lesson learned from this project as well was to clean out the airbrush properly, not just in between colors, but in between coats as well, as the paint/primer could dry out, leading to issues like this, where it won't disperse any paint when I pull the trigger back, but just a little splosh when I let go of it. Another thing is the condensation of the pressurized air from the compressor, leading to droplets forming on the nozzle and splattering of paint. The pink, white, grey and gold were mostly mixed according to the instruction booklet, although I did take some liberties with what I already have, especially on the metallic side. The dark and light blue, I just decided to use the metallic spray paint from Tamiya, as it is metal Garurumon, not plastic Garurumon. After I've done the solid colours, I added a bit more extra accent colours, such as on the teeth, as well as some metal grey on the fence, silver on the teeth and spikes, some gold lining on the blue body, some blotches of, I don't know, red or copper or metallic brown, whatever colour it was, on some of the pipes. You get the idea. Essentially, where there is a feature or it looks like it could be a distinct different part, I add a little bit of an accent colour. Once I was happy with what I painted, I then checked if I need to add any stickers and then clear coat it and put it back in together again. I did make a couple of mistakes, which means I have to take it apart again before I reassemble it, but luckily that was not the majority of the model. So let's have a look at the final result. pleased with the final metallic look of Garurumon rather than the dull plastic. It makes it all worthwhile in the end. I did nearly destroy the joint of one of the rear legs, so another lesson learned here is not to paint the joints as will make it too stiff, transferring all the force into the plastic joint itself. Otherwise, the main pain of this is just waiting for paint to dry, which draws out the process really long as I only get a couple of hours per night. Well, I hope you liked this video. I do have a couple more models and puzzle clips to come. Check out my other videos if you're interested, and I'll see you in the next video of Hobbies of War, Master of None. Bye!